Okay, hi. So yeah, we're getting a barrage of these this week, aren't we? It's an eventful week, and I think you can learn a lot. I'm heading to CVS to get my get some medicine, and also over to the bank. I needed a debit card. So anyway, I have been sweating it out today, working on grounding myself in my body and not flying out every time I have a triggering thought. Let's just call them those. Triggering thought. Whew, I'm tired. I think it's because I'm sick. I mean, like, heavy tired, like my arm. Yeah, I'm sick tired. That's okay. I won't stay out long. Anyway. So, I've been... A lot of... what I go to a lot to sort of ease the emotions, right, is like a conversation I want to have with him. I'm going to see him next. It's easing. It eases like the like not the bulk. But it's not good. Because it's me trying to do something about it. And this is one of those things, outside matching the inside things. Right, like if it has to happen on the outside, I'm never going to be happy. Because you can only have happiness from within. So I'm working on stuff that's really unpleasant, you guys. So I mean, like, it's hard to stay in there when these thoughts come. And the way I've learned to self-soothe is to imagine different circumstances. That's not a way to self-soothe. Because that just keeps the emotion there. You're not experiencing it. And keeping it at bay. Okay, John. You just said it out loud. So, I'm working on not going into that conversation in my head. And, not shouting. Or, throwing my phone or hitting the wall or whatever else. There's just like a host of things I do when the triggering thoughts come up, right? Sorry, just went to La La Land there. The different, not the thing, but all right. So, kind of the thing. So, what I am working on is when these thoughts come up, the first thing I have to do is identify them coming up before they're at the point where I'm shouting. Or, jumping around or whatever the case may be. That's going to be step number one. And that one's hard. Tea. Drinking too much tea. I'll brush them with baking soda. Sorry, I'm not feeling well. So that's step one. I gotta identify this shit before it happens. or as it's happening. You know, like Michael Singer says, you know, when the second something gets weird in there, relax and release, right? So it's hard though, guys, because it's powerful. It's really powerful. Like, it's powerful to the point where it lifts me off the ground and makes me yell. You know, and I've been doing stuff like that for a while. I've talked to you about it, but it's only once in a while. You know, this is like all day, every day. So this is the time to heal it, right? This is how we're going to get rid of it. This is how we're going to get rid of that. So I am very grateful for this to have happened, even if it hurts like fuck. Okay. So as these thoughts come up, I recognize them. At first, yeah, I gotta recognize them. But like, to do that, because, right, how do you do that? Every time the weirdness happens, like I shout or whatever, as soon as I recognize it, I relax and release, right? I take a deep breath, because at that point, everything's tight, right? Everything's tight. Everything is tight. So I relax and release. And I think just being aware that that's what I'm working on. Like being aware that, just being conscious of it, right? Just having that intention. Having the intention of relaxing and releasing and being cognizant. That's nice. See, like right there, I did it. Like having the intention and paying attention, right? Like now I'm paying attention. I'm looking for it. That's what it is. I am looking for it. And when it happens, I am connecting it to the feeling that happens before. Right? It happens quick. Like I have to tell you, it's not something that like, it happens quick. It just, so that's making it hard. A challenge. But it will make me ever more victorious when I have accomplished this Herculean feat. That's right. So that's what I'm doing. And then I'm using Robin's technique and also kind of my own to ground myself in my physical body, right? I'm just paying attention to either what I see, what I hear, what I smell, what I feel. A lot of times it's my feet on the ground. And breathing deeply. The breathing technique she taught me doesn't really work unless you're sitting. I mean, I'm sure it could, but like I have a hard time regulating my breathing that slow when I'm moving around. Ooh. Nope. It's a fresh market with smoked shellfish. Smoked fish and shellfish. We're not going there. Because we're sick. And we're not hungry. Okay. So, I'm using those techniques. And the idea of thought replacement, I'm safe, is a good thought, but while definitely needed, doesn't penetrate. I have to find something that penetrates. So that's what I'll work on. Okay. So, okay. So,
Alright, we'll get a little ice cream and then we'll walk to the
sorry.
car.
I'm a little Saturday in JP, guys. You gotta love it. There's always something happening. I probably shouldn't talk about where I live, huh? What is this? Oh, it's for Halloween. The dogs are all dressed up. Why? The dogs were all wearing costumes. It's pretty cute. There's mostly people. See you next time. Next time I get a dog nearby that's wearing a costume, I'll show you too.
Dogs dressed in costume.
Anyway. Oh, this little chihuahua. I don't know if you see him. Anyway. So. Come on, brain. Work. So I gotta find a thought that penetrates, which is sort of like a technique that I came up with when I was first getting out of the depression that I would like to reiterate. I think it really helped. Every time I would have one of my disturbing thoughts, and there were lots of them, usually memories, I sat down and it was inconvenient, very inconvenient, because I would sit down and write for like a good 10 minutes. But I did it. And what I did was, first I wrote out the thought, the thought or the memory. Then I wrote down the trigger. Then I wrote down the emotions. Then I wrote down the emotions that I was experiencing. Sorry, I think sucking on these things is causing me to swallow a lot of air. Cool shoes. Okay.
What are you trying to do?
So then I would write down the emotions that were being triggered. And then, usually embarrassment and shame, right? Anger. Anger, embarrassment, shame, regret. Those were the repartee. And I got it. I found it. I did it. Okay. That wasn't a big one though, and it was very non-specific. Whatever, we're doing well. Small wins. So, and then I would write down a different way of thinking about it. Cute dogs. I want a dog. I would write down a different way of thinking about it. Usually it was a reframe. And that would help. Honestly, that purged that thought. It made that thought ineffectual. And it rarely comes up. They rarely come up again. So that's just something I think you should do. Well, that you might try. Right? So that was the memory or thought, the trigger, the emotions it generated, and a reframe or replacement thought, right? There's something missing in there. I think there were 5 things. But for now, those are the ones I remember. So that's what I'm working on.
And my little tighter
Finish the cough drop. So that's what I'm working on, and I'm grateful. Look, it sucks. It sucks that I did that. It sucks. And if I could, I'd take it back. But maybe not. Oh God, yeah, no. I would take it back. Right now, maybe later. Maybe later I'll be like, no, definitely later I'll be like, no, I'm glad it happened. Right now, I'm not there yet. But I'll get there. Ooh. Ooh. Not good. Okay. Okay. So, what was I saying? I don't remember. I'm gonna wrap it up, I think. Oh, yeah. So I'm not quite at the point where I'm saying I'm glad it happened. I will be though when I get through this, and it's clear. I'll be. Oh, okay. It's not now though. It's really not now. It's really not now right now. Okay. Breathing through it. Relaxing my body. Relaxing my body. Let's take a minute. Okay, relax. Relax. Move with a quiet eloquence. That's so silly. Hi, that's not. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, so I am, here's the thing, I'm working for that. I'm working for that moment where I'm like, I'm glad that happened. Not now. But I know that it will be there. And that's one of the things about this work, right? The reward doesn't show up right away. It's not one and done. You got to keep working for it. And every time you fail, which you not fail, you have the opportunity to strengthen your resolve, strengthen your ability to do this, right? So when I have one of those thoughts, that's the opportunity I have to, rather than go into some sort of self-flagellating fit or start thinking about the conversation I want to have. Relaxing and release, it gives me the opportunity to do that. And I don't always, but I'm working harder and harder for it. And the more I do it, because I don't want to. I don't want to. Because the other things are more immediate gratification. I don't know if you can hear me. The other things are more immediate gratification. They soothe me, but they don't allow me to feel the feeling. This is the only thing that's going to make me feel the feeling. And though it's more uncomfortable, it gets less so. And sorry, I'm outside the bank. I'm really tired. I haven't been sleeping well, as you may have noticed. So, yeah. I don't want to do it, but I do it anyway. And you break through this first, like, I really don't want to do this is, like, because the first ones are the worst. And you feel like, okay, I really don't want to do this, and you don't. Like, but that doesn't stay that way. You still don't want to do it, but every time you do it, it gets a little easier the next time. And I know that at the end of it, I will have taught myself how to stay present with emotions that usually take me right out. And I will also, and this is a big one, have at least lessened my pattern of self-flagellation, right? Because that's what a lot of this is. It's torturing myself again and again and again. So it's a combination of the two. Dealing with these hard emotions, but mostly it's about self-flagellation. Because I just feel like I deserve it. Because it was so awful. Oh, sorry. But I'll deal with that. So, although I still wish it hadn't happened, I am grateful. And, man, God. I am grateful that it did. What happens then is like this clenching in my, I guess it's close to my solar plexus. It's like my upper digestive tract. Like it's just a clench, and that's what I have to relax and keep doing it until the point where it's automatic. And that day is coming, and I've been working on it for a while. So when you're working on it, I just want you to know, keep at it. It doesn't happen all at once, and it doesn't happen even in a couple of years. Like it's a lifetime commitment. It's a lifetime commitment, guys. But I know that the difficulty I'm having now, it will be not as difficult when I'm present continuously. You know, when I'm seated in the established in the seat of self. Sorry, brain. When I have established myself in the seat of self, this is going to be much easier, which is just about awareness. So awareness. Guys, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you. So if I can be grateful about something that's making me jump up and down and scream at myself, I just want to remind you guys that you can't always choose to have a grateful day.